Hi there, everyone. So, I thought that sometimes I want to just comment on some memes. And this one is really a good one. You already can see the insanely boomerish vibes just emanating from it, like the gases of the boomerish vibes from the cave present on the meme are just like emanating to the surface. Maybe this is the real message. It's something that I really want to talk about. I want to talk about the general problems with New Age and spirituality, but this is a meme that I found on a, let's say, unnamed New Agey memes fan page on Facebook. Yes, of course, it's a meme from Facebook. You can clearly see what we can see here is that generally the presentation of the idea that media, both people engaged in media and people who create media, are not living in the real world. So one thing that I wanted to add and I missed in the recording is that, of course, the obvious message is touch grass. Don't just watch the reality on the TV. Don't be someone exclusively engaged in the political reality without actual engagement in the world. Don't be engaged in politics and media just by watching shit on TV. And if you're working in the media, also remember that there's a whole world outside of politics and mostly terrible things that you're reporting on, right? This is an obvious message, but the context that the meme was posted gives us way more information than the meme in itself. The spiritual memes page clearly suggests, by the sheer connection of certain New Age ideologies to it, also the connection to the Plato's idea that I will explain in a second, clearly suggests that the message is that this is not reality, that what is happening on this TV is not really happening in reality, and this can lead to tragical consequences when we will accept that everything that we see on the screen is not really happening. And what is used to represent that is the classical philosophical idea of Plato's cave, right? Plato's cave was an idea that what we actually observe in the reality are merely shadows of real ideas. If you have a pencil, it's only a shadow of the true idea of pencilness that exists somewhere. Okay, it's freaky, but it's what it is. Out of this, a whole idealism came out, and when Christianity happened, it basically hijacked the idealism created by Plato and just rolled with it. So we have ideas like essentialism. For example, there are inherent qualities to biological men, right? Because there's an idea of menness. So this is the idea of all of that is represented here by the cave. And what has to be added is that political interpretation of Plato's cave is a valid interpretation in itself, and the fact that media shape biases and people's outlooks is obvious. For example, Hannah Arendt, and here I'm quoting Wikipedia, advocates for the political interpretation of the allegory, suggests that through the allegory Plato wanted to apply his own theory of ideas to politics. Conversely, Martin Heidegger argues that the essence of truth is a way of being and not an object. Arendt criticized Heidegger's interpretation of the allegory, writing that Heidegger is off base in using the cave simile to interpret and criticize Plato's theory of ideas. But what I was trying to point out with this spontaneously recorded video is that there's a difference between admitting that, or even admitting that sometimes politicians maliciously play roles that are not based in truth, their own truth or truth about the world, and plainly claiming that what is happening on the screen of your TV is completely made up. Did you meet any people who claim that war in Ukraine is not happening or COVID wasn't real and so on? Well, I met them at least online, and they're the result of this approach. There's a cultural context that needs to be applied to Plato's idea. In his time, ancient Greece, if we are going with the political interpretation, the shadows were lies casted by the politicians who were holding the figures, as we can see on the drawing representing the original idea. In the case of media, they are showing actual events of the world. A better fitting metaphor would be a window with the tinted glass that is tinted blue or red and is rarely clean, but you can learn about some things happening in the world only through that window. You're not only swallowing ideologies through media, although this is also happening, but you're also learning about actual facts. And in this metaphor, what? The newcasters are not leaving the cave at all? Are they just talking about stuff happening in the cave? Do they even have in-field reporters? You can see that the metaphor is weak, and I honestly think that Plato's metaphor is way more nuanced than what is presented in the picture. For example, people that are looking at the shadows are chained there. They can't look anywhere else. They can't even look at each other, and they are just looking at the shadows, thinking that this is the whole reality. But here we can see the similarity to the movie Matrix, very often used to present the idea that we live in a simulation, the media are lying to us, and many people can use this also to validate their weird behavior, which is borderline psychotic. So I really think that the metaphor is weak. Honestly, I'm also not a big fan of Plato's metaphor. I think it's in a way unnecessary, convoluted, or I'm too stupid and know too little philosophy, which is true, or all of that somehow combined. But at least I'm sure that this cartoon is a very simplified narrative that leads people to become completely detached from reality. I observed this situation myself in spiritual bubbles. So here's the question. How this is not the real world? Why the New Age people are so condescending that they are saying that what is happening in the media is not happening in the real world? Of course, if you're looking at the TV, you're watching the war in Ukraine, for example, in TV, you're not actually watching the war in Ukraine. Like now you're watching me, but you're not actually watching me. You're watching the image of me, right? But this is not what it tries to represent. It tries to represent the idea that that all presented in the media is not real. Very easily we can go from that to Alex Jones levels of insanity when he claimed that real shootings didn't happen and was rightfully fined for that. This all is not real. But also, how condescending for people working in the media. How condescending it is. And on the outside you have what? Sunshine and birds and trees? And those things don't exist. The media are presenting like different reality. Subtle ideologies like that create a split in people's thinking that, oh, there's this beautiful reality and it's not real, and there's this horrid, terrible things and politics and vulgar presidents grabbing people's pussies in the media, and I don't want to have anything to do with that. This is not like what the real world is about. Is it true that we created a world that is kind of shitty? Yeah, it is true. But this is the part of the world. This split, funnily enough, happens in communities when we are constantly preaching about non-duality, how everything is one, how you have to integrate the opposites, how there are shadows existing within each and every one of us. But media, it's not true. It's not true. It's just it's as good as Avengers movies. Well, it's, in my humble opinion, it's better than Marvel movies, because it's not hard for anything to be better than Marvel movies. But this is not the point, right? You see what is my point? This is just toxic, in my opinion. This is toxic, and connecting it with idealism, man, like just plain denial of reality. And I experienced times in my life when I was like completely disconnected from politics and I was not watching news. Did I feel happier? Yes, but generally ignorance and being in denial makes you happier. So this is what I wanted to say for this video.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
But the choice between the blue and the red pill is not really a choice between illusion and reality. Of course, Matrix is a machine for fictions, but these are fictions which already structure our reality. If you take away from our reality the symbolic fictions that regulate it, you lose reality itself. I want a third pill.
And of course, what you can see when you will look at this artful meme, when you will zoom in, Jamie, can we zoom in? Can we zoom in? Oh, it's CNN. Oh, it's a progressive station. Well, they have their moments, but generally considered to be progressive. Oh, they are not playing Fox News in the cave. Where they are playing Fox News? I guess it's outside the cave. There's a hot spring between the trees, and there's a big TV, and they are just playing Fox News there. Not even Fox News, just Tucker Carlson, constantly. Just Tucker Carlson reruns until there's new Tucker Carlson. Just on and on. But to get there, you have to go through the selection. When you are getting out of the cave, there's a algorithm god. And the algorithm god is judging your age. You have 3 options based on your generation. And I'm talking about the American culture bubble. I don't even know how this process happens in, for example, Polish bubble. I don't know. You're escaping the cave and instantly you're kidnapped by priests or something like that, you know, and made to vote conservative. Probably something like that. I have no idea, honestly. I live here, but I don't know. If you're a Zoomer, you're getting sent to TikTok, and then there's a 15-year-old girl saying, "Did you know that if you will repeat numbers 2444277 in your mind constantly, 2444277, you will actually create a reality where you're free from the matrix, and also you're healed from the COVID. You don't need the, you don't need the thing. You're free from COVID." And of course, it's a wall of text, and she's not saying that. It's a wall of text, and she's lip syncing to Billie Eilish. I don't know. Then another TikTok is like, "Did you know that transgenderism is actually created by reptilians?" Yeah. So this is the option if you're a Zoomer. If you're a millennial, you're getting recommended Joe Rogan's video with Jordan Peterson, where Jordan is like, "Actually, transgenderism is part of the the cultural postmodern neo-Marxist, and Joe Rogan is like, whoa, dude, whoa, tell me more, whoa, and that's it. And after that, you're basically instantly like recommended, maybe like some anti-vax shit before that, like Jimmy Dore or something, and then you're straight into Fox News. And if you're a boomer, then well, you're staying on Facebook. You saw this meme on Facebook, and you're staying on Facebook, but the Facebook is actually projected on the wall of the cave, but you feel like you escaped because they're projecting the escape in front of you, or you're falling asleep because you're old, I don't know, and you dream that you're escaped. And then you're seeing another meme, and the meme is a minion god, you know, and it's a minion god, and it asks you, did you know that our children are suffering? They are getting eaten by Hillary Clinton. You have to do something with it. Marjorie, save your children. And yeah, that's it. And then you realize, holy shit, transgenderism was the problem all along. Transgenderism was the Matrix, but the Matrix was made by two transgender women. No, you can't think about it. The Matrix wants you to think about it. Don't think about it!